Just wanna swing from the chandelier. From the chandelier. Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this isn't your first time, thank you for coming back. I'm going to do an energy update for the collective whole. They're swimming. They're swinging. They're swinging from our ball sacks, is what it is. All right. So, not too sure what that's in reference to, but apparently, regardless of your gender, something or someone is swinging from your ball sacks. One more shuffle. Let me just get the cards ready. Let me also mute my phone. All right, here we go. Here we go. So a lot of shifting, a lot of things changing. Just a lot of. And we're kind of needing to get to this wonderful space within our minds and our hearts where we can make sense of what's going on. And well, I should have just pulled that out of the deck because now it's a destroyed card. All right. Here we go. Yeehaw. Okay. Let's go ahead. And we need another deck. All right. How's everyone doing? How have you guys been? How has everyone been? That's one way to do it. Oh. Okay. Lots of craziness going on in the world. And we're going to talk about it, you guys. So, she's not allowed upstairs anymore. She's hiding under the pillow. Just hide again. Come on, lay down. Just hide again. Okay, just there you go. Just hide right there. The boys won't find you here. She's hiding. Okay. All right. Okay. So, holy shit. All right. Apparently, this is probably going to be a Blu-ray reading. Okay. This is most likely going to be information for those who are a certain type of Blu-ray. There's an activation going on within the heart space. This activation, this activation is war code. This activation is war code because even for the most peaceful, what's the one thing you would go to war for without hesitation? That which you love. So, wow. Blu-rays, we're being asked to figure out what it is that we love and how far we're willing to go for it, okay? How far are you willing to go for that? That which you love, okay? Card number 23. 23 being the number of Archangel Michael's star. Regulus 23, the largest star in the Leo constellation. That is the lion's heart. Defend to the end the worthwhile. Shit. This is getting very real very quickly. Okay. This is a rebirth that is going to lead to, you better go run downstairs because if they catch you in the bedroom, she don't care. She don't care. This rebirth is going to lead to the relighting of a sacred flame, I think, for the whole of humanity. You have to be aware of what it is you're listening to, okay? You have to be aware of what it is you're listening to, your higher self, your angelic guides, all of that. They are filtering out the BS. There's many of us who are beginning to become very aware of when we're listening to bullshit. Okay. This is not something you are supposed to quiet down, something you're supposed to explain away as coincidence, you're imagining things. No, you're supposed to listen to this. Many of us are having our higher levels of intuition go active. Card number 40. Oh, sunny day. And here you are. Here you are sitting on a mushroom. That mushroom signifies the richness and the decay. Everything around us is decaying at this point. Okay. So many businesses are shutting down. So many people have lost their jobs. So many this and that all over. Everything is basically falling apart, dismantling. Does that mean that very, very horrible things are going to happen to you personally? Not necessarily, but there's a need to recognize there is a richness in this decay. The things that are falling to the wayside are clearing space. I mean, it's harsh to say this, but it's clearing space for something that is rooted in stability. Okay. This goes for businesses. This goes for friendships, for relationships, for your living circumstance, all of that. There is room that is being cleared within your space to create space for the things that are needing to enter at this point. Where did you go? Joy. Joy. Who's my girl, Joy? Oh, girl. Hold that, guys. I'm going to throw my socks at you. Joy. Can you not? Go downstairs. Now she wants to sit in my lap. I don't want you now, girl.
I'll take care of it.
Oh, shit. I didn't bring her up here.
Yeah, she followed you.
She did. She's hiding under the bed. Card number 2, the maiden. Oh, wait, you guys. There's ladybugs here. I was told to focus on the ladybugs. Is she under the bed? Is she coming to you?
Of course she is. Here.
Here we go. If it alights on you, make a wish and your wish will be granted. Structure a time each day where you can pray or meditate in silence and solitude. Something you thought was lost and gone will be making its way back into your life. Mother Mary is with you to guide you and console you no matter what your religious or spiritual orientation is. You're shielded and protected from irritations, pestering thoughts, or annoying behaviors from others. So there, Blu-rays. Turn your back on the bullshit. Say, inhale the good shit, exhale the bad. Just turn your back to it. Some things need your attention. Other things need to just be ignored. Okay? Learn to discern the difference. All right. See more mushrooms. Here you are on your path. Okay, all of us are on our own paths, and it's a good thing for you to kind of just take your time, smell the roses, play with the wildlife, recognize that this is a period of transformation. Never again will you go through this path, this portion of your path. Never again will you walk through this forest in this lifetime. So take your time and really enjoy it. Oh, that's deep. I never realized that. You never walk through the same part of your path twice in one lifetime. Never. It never goes back to the same portion. Like if you're talking about mile marker 35, you're never going to cross that mile marker 35 again in this life. So take your time, really, really allow yourself to receive what's being given in that mile, okay? Hold on, guys. All right. There's a white rabbit. This is a very creative time for you, so it's important to quickly take advantage of any opportunity that comes your way unexpectedly. Okay, it's going to come during this mile. Did you guys see that purple flash across the screen? You're never going to go across this mile again. There's something important for many of you during this time. This is a very specific amount of time. How long? I don't know. But this is a very, very specific amount of time, a very specific window that you need to take advantage of. Be extra vigilant for the next couple of days, and if anything threatening shows up, leave as quickly as possible. Remember, turn your back to it. One of the most deceptive ways that parasitic presence will try and access you is by trying to convince you that you need to answer an invitation to engage in conflict. You don't always have to. Okay, you don't always have to. Know when your ego is being triggered. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone. You don't have to tell your side of the story, because that's one of the main ways a parasite can manipulate you to stay in a circumstance or in a exchange for much longer than you should. Well, I need to tell my side. People need to understand. No, they don't. They don't, because whether you tell your side or not, they've already made a decision about you. They've already judged you. And really, none of it is your business. It really, really isn't. You don't need to explain anything. If someone wants to believe the ugly stuff that someone else is saying about you, then you know they've always thought that of you. And they were just looking for proof. Okay? Because if I know someone and I know that's not in their character, and you tell me that, oh, they did this, this, and this, I'm like, no, they're not like that. What are you talking about? Because I know them. Okay. And if I know someone is capable of being like really nasty and mean and they tell me, I'm like, yeah, well, that's how they are. That's them. So just know that. Rather than steady step-by-step progress, you'll see it happen in leaps and bounds. Pay attention to how you feel. You're going to find yourself experiencing a period of quiet and stillness followed by a burst of intense activity. Just like when a rabbit, what do you call it? It goes ahead and it like sits there for a little bit and just nibbles on the grass. But the moment it senses anything, it's very, very skittish. Okay. There's nothing wrong with being skittish. If you feel off, if you feel some sort of threatening thing and you don't know what it is, leave. You don't need to find out what it is. Just leave. For me, what I'm learning is it's enough for me to feel something off. That's enough reason for me to leave. That's enough reason for me to stop communication, for me to stop whatever it is, to no longer participate. Okay. A lot of the things that I used to do, because I used to not believe in my own power, my own truth. And so I existed in a state of extreme fear, consistent fear. And whenever something threatening, I would feel something threatening, instead of just leaving, I had this very twisted, very distorted view. That's a sign of weakness. I have to stand my ground. I have to fight, and I have to show them. Show them what? That I can be manipulated, that you can trigger me in that way and get me to stay so you can mess with me more. I'm good. You think I'm weak? That's fine. I know my truth now. I know my power. I know what I'm capable of. Do I need to engage you? No, I don't. I don't. I will only be engaged when I choose to be, not when I'm manipulated into staying and allowing something to force me to continue interaction. That's just like, I think it was like a few weeks back. Someone said something. They were being nasty to another person in one of my posts, going back and forth. They were being nasty to that person. And then I saw that they had tagged me, same post. And they were trying to engage me, and I was just like, I'm good, block. And so what they did, they went to the person, my friend, who they were going back and forth with, because that person hadn't blocked them, and was like, oh, Emmie's a coward. I want to have a real discussion. No, you don't get my attention. Do that somewhere else. I invite you to go ahead and talk shit about me on your page, but you're not going to access my page anymore. Nope. I'm done with it. No, you don't get to piss me off. No, you didn't get blocked because you were right. And I felt, no, I know what your intention is, and I'm not in alignment with that. Do that somewhere else. Continue that bullshit. Keep fixating on me on your page, not on mine. You don't get to access me anymore. And that's really a sign of power. Some people will be like, oh, that is totally immature. And like, that is spiritual avoidance. And no, it's not. Why would I continue in a cycle where I know where it's going to end? They're not interested in hearing my side. Anything that they want to hear from me is simply going to be used as a way to launch another attack, another this, another that. And no, I'm not interested. Now, had it been something where I felt like they really wanted to hear my side so we could actually, engage in actual conversation, not needing to agree, but like hear each other. That's different. That's very different. But if you know someone's intention is to simply engage you in argument so they can try and dominate you, there's no point. There's no point. You know what that's a sign of? That's like when you have an alpha wolf and a loner wolf comes in and tries to take over the pack. That's what it is. No, you don't get that opportunity. You're cut out. That's it. That's it. And that's my version of spiritual evolution. Knowing when you can flex and need to flex and when it's just a waste of your time. If it's a waste of your time, which if they're not wanting to hear what you have to say, that's a waste of your time. Okay? Um, let's see. Express your love freely and readily to those you're closest to. So we have this card. Card number 44. The number 44 is very, very important because 4 and 4, the number 4, first of all, is the number of the self. Okay. When you look at the number 4, that's the number of the self. When you double it, when you put 4 and 4 together, those are two individuals standing side by side as equals, mirrors of each other, there to support each other, there to go ahead and rise together. Okay, because if you look at the 4, it's almost like it's pointing up, right? So when 44 combines, it becomes 8. 8 being the number of reunification. Now, 44 doesn't necessarily always mean another individual. 44 can represent you and other aspects of yourself. This can be an indication that your light and your shadow aspects are now wanting and needing to merge, to come together as one. So you can go from existing in a duality and return to existing in a totality. So this visions of life beyond death. You have to allow yourself to see, to really feel, to just know you existed before this identity you currently have. You existed before this. You will continue to exist after this. There's nothing in this life you have to be afraid of. If you do have fear, that's fine. The fear exists to bring your attention to things that need your attention. You don't have to kill fear. You don't have to kill ego. You don't have to do any of that. You have to allow those two things, to become rebalanced and function the way they were meant to bring your attention to the very things that you need to be paying attention to. So, death of the aspects of self that are imbalanced. And if that's ego, that's ego. If it's another aspect of yourself, if it's fear, then it's fear. Whatever aspects of you that have been blinding your third eye from communicating with your brain is now going to I don't know, die. For lack of a better, is going to die. So you have a net of protection around your crown. Okay. This is a perimeter that protects you. You are here to do very important divine work. You might not know what it is. You might not understand that your entire life you have been being trained for this specific purpose. Many of the Blu-rays have experienced extremely, extremely, extremely difficult early childhood, young adulthood. Many have experienced things like different forms of abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, mental, emotional, whatever. Many. And when I say many, I'll tell you, I've never met a Blu-ray. There might be 1 or 2 that exist. I don't know. But all the Blu-rays that I've met, I know they've experienced some form of abuse. Okay. Either they've had to witness it, elevated abuse, or it was done to them. So this is a training. You're being trained to be able to handle the greatest of traumas, because what are you here for? To support the rise of humanity. And what's the best way to train? By reading it in a book or by experiencing it firsthand? And I don't necessarily agree with this type of training. I think it's harsh. I think it's unfair. But that's just what I've seen. That's just what I've seen. So you're going to be blinded by things, probably blinded by your rage. I came to a realization this morning. I saw someone's post and it got my thoughts going. And if you're going through a spiritual journey and it doesn't humble you, is it a spiritual journey? Is it? Because you see people who go through their awakening and they think that awakening means you're just like, la la la, like this world is so 3D. I'm up into 5D. Everything is all good. This is just all a transition. I mean, it's one of those very common misperceptions that that's what ascension is about. No, it's quite the opposite. The moment you have that awakening, when you become woke, your eyes are peeled open and you see all of the atrocities in this world that you've been blinding yourself from. And you will feel rage. If you don't feel rage, you will feel utter internal destruction and despair. That's ascension. So there had been someone who was like, "Oh, you're such a disgusting person, Emmie. You're so full of rage." Yes, because I'm woke. Because I am fully aware of all the disgusting abuses of power in this world. And my rage is the very fuel that gives me the desire to continue pushing forward to make the changes that's necessary for humanity. So this is what's going on for the Blu-rays. If you begin to feel like what is wrong with this world? I don't even want to be here. And it's not that you're suicidal. It's that it's like, well, I'm just so over this shit. I don't even want to call myself human. I have dual citizenship. I don't want to claim any of the citizens. I told my husband today, I am a galactic refugee. Deport my ass back home to my galactic self, okay? That's what I consider myself at this, a galactic refugee. Fuck this shit. This shit sucks. And you have to allow yourself to process these things, okay? As you become aware of the things that you've allowed yourself to partake in, to be complicit in, um, you will feel a part of yourself dying away. You have to give yourself an opportunity, enough compassion to mourn those aspects of yourself that are no longer in alignment because it will feel like a death. It really, really will. It will feel like you have lost yourself. Like, what am I here for? What am I here to do? Like, this problem is so big. I could never do anything to change this. And yes, you can. You already are. You already are. Just by virtue of your existence on this earth plane, you're already making a change. Because so many of those with very high resting frequency have agreed to be born in this time without any trying, without any thought, any intent, just by your physical presence here on this earth plane, you are anchoring in extremely high frequency. And as more of us are born and more of us increase our frequency, because of the laws of reciprocal reflection, Gaia has no choice but to rise as well. When she rises, we rise. When we rise, she rises. When she rises, we rise. When we rise, she rises. It's like a ladder. We're going up no matter what. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter what you practice. It doesn't matter what you're okay with, what you're not okay with, it, how you've been living, what you're eating. I want to emphasize that. It doesn't matter what you're eating. Yes, you should try your best to not continue to partake, support, or help finance animal factories, okay? Factory farming. That's not good. That is not good. But it doesn't matter what you eat. Someone who is vegan is no more better than you, okay? And I know there is a common, I don't know if it's an accurate perception or it's a misperception. There's this common view of me as someone who has a very elevated consciousness. And yes, I do. I eat animal products. I eat specific types of animal products. I went and became vegan for 6.5 years, and that was the most unhealthy I have ever been. I'm talking about vegan where I'm cooking fresh meals for every meal. I'm not talking about junk food veganism, because a lot of the vegans are junk food vegans. Sorry to call you out, but I know that's a fact. I hung out with lots of vegans for a long time. Junk food vegans don't make you any better. Actually, that lowers your frequency even more. So eat what is right for you. You need to figure that out. Eat what's right for you. It's time for you to begin taking full control of this new life and new awareness that you're about to have, or have just started realizing you're in. So you have the compass rose at your forehead. This compass rose means that you will be divinely guided. You are being guided. Your higher self knows exactly the path you need to take. All you have to do is listen. That's it. All you have to do is listen. It will guide you through into lunar energy, yin energy, shadow energy, dark energy. And that's going to help you begin to get a better idea of the truth of your light. For people who think, and you can try and argue with me if you want, because I've been where you are, okay? You're not going to convince me, because I've evolved from that place where there's this fear of darkness. Anything with darkness, anything with shadow is evil, is bad, and you have to stay in the light. Just love and light, love and light. You're light blind. You have no idea of the gravity of your light. That doesn't diminish who you are or what you're here to do. But until you remove yourself from that bright light, you have no idea. In order for me to realize what my higher self was asking of me in this life, I had to experience multiple cycles of dark night of the soul. Multiple cycles. And these multiple cycles where I was basically enveloped in darkness, dark thoughts, dark feelings, a desire for isolation, and just extreme internal destruction. These were the moments where the thought structures that imprisoned me, the thought structures, the belief structures that told me I couldn't do this, I couldn't be that, that I was somehow evil or bad if I didn't conform, comply, those had to be destroyed. And they could only be destroyed in my darkest of dark nights. And as I experienced that, I then lost that light blindness, and I began to see my light with clarity. I am not evil. I am not a bad person. I am not selfish. I'm a very loving, very patient, very compassionate person. And all of these lies that I told myself about myself, based on the programming I received, they were undone. So you have to allow yourself to experience the totality of who you are. What makes me so different is now I exist in a totality versus a duality. Thank you, Marcy. And you have to allow yourself to experience this. I'm not asking you to do black magic. I'm not asking you to do things that make you feel evil. I'm asking you to sit quietly and truly allow yourself to blossom. So that's what's going on. You're being guided through this dark phase, and it's going to lead to your rebirth. Look at that egg. Look at that DNA. It's waking you up. It's helping you to actually see. You get messages from your higher self, the crow. It's asking you to just be who you are. Look at the peacock. Is the peacock ashamed that it's so beautiful? Is the peacock ashamed that it gets a lot of attention? Not at all. It just is. It doesn't know any other way to be. It just is. And as a matter of fact, everywhere that I have ever been where peacocks are, there have always been signs, do not approach the peacocks. They are aggressive. So you can be beautiful, you can look graceful, and you can be a badass motherfucker. There's still balance in that. There is still balance in that. You don't have to be all one thing. Sometimes the most beautiful form of grace is by being firm and saying, I'm gonna fuck shit up if you keep fucking with me. I'm not gonna keep taking your shit. And people can hear this and be like, oh my God, she has anger issues. No, I have truth rising. And the truth in me gets angry that you are attempting to force me to conform through shame and guilt. You will not manipulate me. I am who I am, and I have no shame in it. If you don't like to see me angry, don't try and dominate me. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Just like the peacock. Plain and simple. You don't have to try to be who you are. You just are. You just are. I've shown you guys recently videos that I loaded some of the first videos that I ever did, and you can see I'm trying to be gentle, I'm trying to be soft, I'm trying to be, because I was afraid of who I am. And because I was so focused on trying to be something, the perfect image, what people wanted to see so that they can receive the message got lost in that process. Now, I don't care what I look like, I don't care how it comes out. Whoever needs the message will get the message. Sometimes it comes out harsh, sometimes it's in a whisper. It's not for me to decide. I simply flow. The message comes out and the emotions are wrapped with it. And whatever it just is. So that's kind of where you have to go. You have to allow yourself to be the peacock. There will be people watching you. Newsflash, they've been watching you. They've always watched. People who are Blu-rays, you've always been watched. Even as a small child, wherever you go, usually what ends up happening, whether you notice or not, everyone in that space will pause and acknowledge you, either by just looking at you uncomfortably or kind of just looking over really quick or full on staring. They acknowledge you. That's that. They already see you. They've been seeing you. Whether you see yourself or not, other people do. So this process is going to lead you to the white owl, the purity of your wisdom. Okay. Purity of your wisdom. It's not for you to get them to stop watching. That's their prerogative. They can watch all they want. Maybe they need to. Maybe they need to watch to see the grace of a soul. So card number 27, the gardener. It's time for each of us to begin actively, consciously choosing how we're going to cultivate the garden of our mind. Okay? Just choose. What do you want to work on about yourself? You don't have to become a different person. You don't. You don't have to try to be more this, less that. You don't have to be like someone else. Just be yourself. Cultivate the garden of your mind. What do you need to focus on? The external appearance, the brand, or is it the internal thoughts? The thoughts that keep you imprisoned, the thoughts that keep you from striving to rise higher in accordance with the will of your soul. What is it? What do you need to work on? So now, ooh, the water, huh? Oh, wait. Peacock. I forgot to move my lights. That works. That works. My lights are all like facing different ways. Let's see. Peacock. Ooh, magpie. Focus, girl. We're looking for peacocks. Okay. So first came up the owl. Be alert to any deception on the part of others, whether they're aware of it or not, and look closely behind any guises that they may wear. They on your nutsack. They dang-a-langin' from your nutsack. Okay? They've already been dang-a-langin'. They've been following everything that you're posting, everything that you're saying. They don't like it. They don't like it. For some reason, they don't like it. They don't know why. And, there's a possibility that it's because their internal demons are irritated by your light. Not your problem. But you do have to be aware so that you can avoid unnecessary inconvenience on your part. And Blu-rays, people can try all they want. It's nothing but an inconvenience. It sounds full of ego, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Whether you want to participate and make that inconvenience even more inconvenient for you or not, or you could just be like, whatever, peasant. I'm joking. You could be like, whatever, peasant. I'm joking about that. But if the more you give power to it, actually, the more you allow yourself to get stressed out by it, that's the more you give power to it. And then if you continue that, it becomes more than an inconvenience. Okay. So we also have, oh, wait. Ooh, this is a particularly ripe period to tap into the fount of intuitive wisdom that's available to you. Quietly observe your environment. Blu-rays already do this. Quietly observe your environment, watching and listening for signs and omens that will give you answers to any questions you may have. Excuse me. Ooh, now is a particularly significant time for prophecy, and you will see, hear, or feel events before they actually happen. What have you guys been feeling? Do tell. Have you guys been feeling anything? I just like, I just got some weird ass feeling. Whew. Okay. Oh, is that a crow or a raven? That might be a raven. Magic is in the air and something special is about to happen. Pay attention to dreams and visions, especially colorful and powerful ones, as these are indicative of prophecy. In any undertaking or in any relationship, be very clear as to what your intentions are, because whatever they are, that's what will manifest. And I do want to say my intentions with all of you is to inspire you to rise higher than I ever could. That's my intention. I have no intention of being above you. I would love for you to rise above where I could ever go, higher than where I could ever go. That's my intention. 100% my intention. So let's see. You're gradually shape-shifting to a more confident, powerful, and spiritually based you that will continue to emerge the more you let go of your old self. The old self is dying, okay? The old self is dying. You have to let it go. What the heck is that peacock? Oh, well, because A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, wait. Sorry, guys. Having a little bit of a moment. Here we go. You're about to experience a vision that will greatly affect your life and the direction you're going in. Y'all, this is all, it's all saying the same shit. Blu-rays, you're about to receive a massive message. Massive message. I'm being told sometime this week. I don't know what the message is. I don't know how it's going to arrive, but you're going to have like this aha moment. Holy shit. All systems active. More than a time to take action, this is a time to be watchful, observing what goes on inside and around you. You're safe and very well protected, so there's no need to worry. It's important now to take a risk and speak your truth rather than holding back, as there will be ample opportunities to do so soon. Your dignity and integrity are particularly called for right now, so make it a point to walk your talk and to hold your head up. That's for peacocks. Michael, what is this about? Don't be playing with me, okay? What is this about? What's going to be attempted? Something's going to be attempted. This is a spiritual thing. This is a spiritual thing. There's a potentiality that things that are spiritual, based on its level of intensity, can manifest in everyday life. And I want to know what the hell you are trying to say. It's something to do with technology, electronics. This can be something, some sort of project done through social media. This can be, hold on. Well, you better find me a new fucking phone. I swear to God. Or an old new phone. It's some, I don't know, because I don't follow any of this bullshit going on in the world. I try and keep myself insulated. Something about phones, something that taps into the motherboard. I don't know if phones have a motherboard. I'm assuming something has, it's some sort of app. I heard something about like a tracker, something or other. Can you stop talking in my ear and just tell me? When are they doing that? Is that coming? If you're getting me a new phone, it better not have any location capability. I want a brick. I want something analog. Fuck that shit. Because he's like, he was talking about my phone, and my phone has been telling me to update. I know that there's something about updates. I can't quite remember what it is at this point, but you're not supposed to update or something. So even last night, I woke up in the middle of the night and I looked at my phone and I almost clicked on it. I swear to God, I felt him pull my finger back. And I was like, "Baby, don't touch my hand." And he was like, "Do not touch that." I think it has to do with that. I don't know what. I don't know what. It has to do with that. Shit. They're trying to uproot the family. They're trying to uproot the home. See the homes? Pulled out from the root. They're trying to uproot. Is that what the program is for? Is that what the program is for? Tracking devices and all kinds of other things that will give out information. Hey Siri. I don't know how Siri activated when I was live recently. I don't have any button to activate. Hey Siri, just want you to know, snitches end up with technological stitches. That put your ass in the water, Siri. I will drown you in the toilet. Speaking of, Queen of Water, the next card. Whew. Shell of protection. You're armed. You're heavily armed. You're protected. If you feel the need to go within your shell, that's okay too. You can't stay there forever, but that's okay too for a period. If you need some quiet and if you need some rest, this is going to be a very intense period. If you flow with it, it won't be as difficult. So, 13. Fire, water. All right. Oh, this is a Pisces. So, Queen of Water. Emotional honesty, trust in your feelings and senses, look beyond the surface, a bright and positive outcome. To show vulnerability is to show strength. Are you overextending emotionally? Be the embodiment of love, withdrawing love as punishment. Ooh, use your common sense. Okay, embodiment of love. The truth of love is it has the power to build up as easily as it has the power to destroy. Love is not single-sided. It is multifaceted. Omnilove has the totality of love. So when it tells you, I was under the desk. When it tells you to be the embodiment of love, it's telling you to be the embodiment of truth, to be the regulator. Okay, I'm talking about regulators mount up. That it's time for you to allow your feelings to guide you through. Ooh. Allow your feelings to guide you through the gauntlet that's being placed before you. What the fuck is the definition of gauntlet? It better be a different definition than what I'm thinking. It's a challenge. Running the gauntlet. To run the gauntlet is to take part in a form of go through an intimidating or dangerous crowd, place, or experience in order to reach a goal. Undergo the military punishment of receiving blows while running between two rows of men with sticks. I wish you fucking would. Hold on, guys. So this is a dual. This message has several layers of meaning. Blu-rays, you're being challenged, but you're also being protected. So there's a question, what is the purpose of a gauntlet? The gauntlets were a style of glove worn by soldiers and knights during combat. They protected the hands, forearms, and wrists because these parts were extremely vulnerable when it came to hand-to-hand combat. The one that the knights wore were called war gloves, and they are also known as iron or defensive gloves. Lyran claws. Some shit's going on. There's some shit going on. Card number 29. Seeing the real you. There's no tea to spill. Okay? Exist in the truth of your heart. You know who you are. Stop hiding who that is. The people who won't accept you, they won't accept you no matter what. No matter how much you hide your truth, no matter how much you try and comply, no matter how much you try and conform, they will not accept you. They just won't. That's how some people are. And you have to be okay with that. Stop wasting your time trying to impress, trying to fit in, trying to get someone to see a truth that they don't want to see. It's not that you're misunderstood. People who misunderstand you are willing to hear. They're willing to get to know you. Now, people who don't like you, they've already decided, and you have to be okay with that. They've already decided how they feel about you. There's nothing you can ever do to change their mind because they're not willing to hear. It's not a misunderstanding. It's a decision. It's a choice that they made, and you have to be okay with that. Card number 49, keys on trees. It's like the memories of things probably from childhood, things to do with abandonment issues, rejection, things that have to do with abuse, sabotage, isolation, mental, emotional manipulations. That's kept you in a cage. It's kept you very much imprisoned. And there you are, you hold the key to unlock everything. But you're afraid. The wilderness before you is such an unknown. You've been so accustomed to being this confined because of your memory. And that's why I say love has a power to build up as easily and efficiently as it can destroy. Sometimes the most loving thing to do is to allow circumstance that destroys the thought structures, the belief structures that you grew up with. It has to destroy that in order to set you free. And that's just unfortunate. Excuse me, it's just unfortunate, but it's a part of the process for many Blu-rays. And if you don't quite understand, we need to allow. Had I not, hold on. Can you guys hear me? Okay, there it is. Had I not allowed my belief structures to be completely destroyed, I would not be the person that I am right now. You would not have ever heard of me. I would not have ever shown or shared anything I could do. I sure as hell would not be reading cards for you guys. Because for as long as I've known, reading tarot cards, reading oracle cards, you are speaking to the devil. No, you're not. No, you're not. Not unless you ask to speak to the devil. I don't think so. So, what else do you want to say, Michael? What else do you want to say? You don't think we freaked people out enough today? There's more. Okay. All right. Well, if you're going to tell them, then go ahead and tell them. Let's see. Let's see. What is this about? So, all right. So we have Eight of Swords in reverse, treachery in the past, difficulty, hard work, depression, accident. So there's been treachery in the past. Like I said, the things that you have lived through in life, those are things that you needed to experience in order to train you, to prepare you for your purpose, okay? Your friend yelled at you for watching, said you were participating in demonic and satanic ritual. That's their fear to overcome, not yours. Not yours, unless you want it to be. We also have Knight of Swords in reverse, incapacity, imprudence, dispute or ruin, impulsive. You cannot be impulsive right now. Right now, you have to allow your path at the rate, the speed that your higher self is guiding you to. Okay? Don't let people scare you like that. Don't let people scare you like that. I used to be scared like that. No more. No more, no more. So, the Hermit, loneliness, unattached, soul searching, time needed, or time alone. You really need to allow yourself to focus on whatever thoughts your higher self is asking you to observe. Allow your thoughts to be your guide. If all of your thoughts are very, very angry, angry in a way that is confusing to you, like, why am I such an angry person? And then you have to observe that. What is that about? Where is that rooted? Is this a rising of anger from childhood? Or is this anger due to thoughts that have been incepted by parasitic things? Which one is it? You have to find out for yourself. The answer is different for everyone, okay? We also have Six of Pentacles, raise in money or salary. What I get from Pentacles is that it's energy. I never see Pentacles as money. I see it as energy. It's a currency. So you're going to get a raise in energy. You're going to rise in frequency. This tells me, Blue Rays, you are being primed to level up, to expand your consciousness. This is a rise in your dimensional level of consciousness, okay? I think many Blue Rays have already been activated, and what's going on right now is you're being prepared. You're being prepared. Now, take this with a grain of salt. It sounds very conspiracy theorist, okay? Just take it with a grain of salt. But I am being encouraged to share this because this suddenly became a Blu-ray reading instead of just an energy update. I'm being given the impression that this tracking stuff, there's a portion of that that is having to do with Blu-ray energy, Blu-ray frequency. Okay. If you have a smartphone, it has the capability of taking your biometrics, taking your vital signs just by touching the screen. You know that, right? It can take your heart rate, your blood pressure, all of that shit. I've seen perhaps that do that. So Blu-rays have some weird quirks when it comes to vitals, temperature, all of that stuff. So, you know, like I said, take that with a grain of sand. This might be kind of like an advanced warning or just a heads up. I don't want to say warning because I don't want you guys to get scared. Just a heads up that it might be a good idea for you to learn more about what these tracker app thingies, whatever the hell they are, what they are, how to avoid them if you feel like you need to avoid them, and, you know, do whatever you feel you need to do to be safe in your space, okay? Your phone tracks a bunch of vitals. Yeah. I disabled that function on my phone, like, I don't know, a year ago. I don't know. Yeah, it's a health app. I was like, fuck you. I don't want you to tell me I'm dying. I'd rather die in a blaze of glory. Really, though. So, team phone and toilet. Yeah, I used to tell my phone that kind of stuff. I'm like, bitch, I know you're listening. I'll put your ass in the toilet. Keep acting up. I will drown you in that toilet. Yeah. Don't mind me. What else do you want me to do? What else? What other, you want another deck? What else? What else? Oh, sure. I have tons of decks right here, but let's go ahead and get the deck that's not. Oh, sorry. I was talking a little too too early, a little bit out of pocket. It was right beside me. Sorry. Well, you already know how I am. All right. All right. So we're needing galactic messages for the Blu-rays. So my definition of Blu-ray is not necessarily a galactic or alien race. My definition goes further back in the, I guess you could say, the timeline. There's no timeline. The timeline of creation. Blu-rays are the first emanation of thought form from God's consciousness. This is the family of Archangel Michael. It's a specific band of frequency. And this band of frequency created variations, just like there's so many shades of blue. Those are the variations. Oh, okay. Goes up. So many? 9? 9. All right. Oh, Michael's had enough. Good. You should fuck shit up. Just saying. Not fuck people up, but fuck shit up. Okay. This is deep. This is deep. This is very deep. All right. This tells a whole story. This is like the story of the Blu-ray. So Michael had several branches on his family tree. A large portion of those branches fell. They were part of the fallen. And there were, I don't know, maybe like 3 branches that were left intact with about 80% of their original template intact, meaning their coding was not corrupted, meaning their integrity and their character were not distorted. And so that's the specific Blu-rays that I'm talking about. There are people who will identify themselves as Blu-ray who lack the integrity and lack the character. Motherfuckers, you part of the fallen. Don't try it. They're part of the fallen, okay? Just because someone identifies as Blu-ray does not mean you trust them. Plain and simple. You have to let people earn your trust, myself included. You don't just blindly trust me. You have to give me opportunities to earn your trust, to be worthy of that level of love, okay? So here goes. Card number 51, conservative attachments. At first, we had a conservative attachment to light, and that attachment became a fixation. That fixation made our darkness an area of alienness. Card number 27. As we then began to feel more and more out of place in that darkness, we abandoned that aspect of ourselves. Card number 50, abandonment. We abandoned our shadow aspects. That created an amplification in the imbalance of positive polarity. This is all about that love and light bullshit that people are spreading. It's not all about love and light, okay? It's not all about love and light. This is about totality, allowing yourself to transform into the totality of who you are, meaning you can access your shadow as much as your light. You exist centered in between both. Full access to both halves of yourself. So, as the Blu-rays came more and more into this earth plane, not all humans are this type of Blu-ray. All humans come from galactic genome manipulation. We are a hybridized spiritual being. Meaning they took a monkey from this earth plane and hybridized it with galactic code. Hence, you get Cro-Magnon. Okay, that's why they're not going to find the missing link. There is no missing link. The missing link is in a galactic petri dish. So card number 66, sharing cultural ideals. 6 being the number of receiving. 6 and 6 together being an elevated reception. We, for a period of time, had to assimilate. We had to share the cultural ideals of this earth plane. We had to allow ourselves to be marinated in the distortions of this earth plane, be fully immersed in earth existence. Why is that? So we understand how these systems work. Now, I am a Catholic. Born, raised, baptized, and confirmed, having all my sacraments. And I often wondered, because if we're going to be honest, Catholicism is not really in alignment with the work that I do at this point, with the truth that I know it for myself, as I know it for myself. So I often wondered, why would I be Catholic if, everything I do now goes against it? I'm a blasphemer. I am a freaking heathen. And then I realized that's because I need to know how this system works. Is it my job to dismantle it? No. But unless I understand how that belief system is structured, I won't understand how to negate it when someone uses it to try and discredit me, to try and vilify me, to cause me to appear as though I'm demonic. No, there's nothing demonic about me. So I don't know who it was. There was someone who was talking about their friend. I'll talk about that later. I'm sorry. So I was sharing and really, really allow ourselves to experience a human experience. Now, this experience has really affected our sense of self, our sense of self-worth, our sense of self-love, all of that. Natural humility. It's not for lack of knowing what we are worth. It's not for lack of knowing our ability and power. It's this need for us to remain humble. You cannot have elevated ability and be an egomaniac. You can't. That's some major bad shit waiting to happen. So you have to just embrace yourself as you are. Okay. I will always question myself, no matter how much more I learn in this life, no matter how much more I elevate, no matter how much more of my abilities go active, I will always see myself as just a stay-at-home mom. And that's not something small. Stay-at-home mom is a huge deal to me. That's a huge honor. I have no desire to see myself or be raised up on a platform above other people. No, I'm here to do my work. And people are often telling me, Emmie, you're just, you can't shrink yourself like that. I'm not shrinking myself. I understand my power. I understand what I'm here to do. I know it's a big thing. But that doesn't matter. That's just my job. That's not who I am. And I have to be okay with that. I will never have that type of confidence where I'm like, I'm better than you. No, we're equals. We're all on separate levels of understanding, levels of remembering. I'm no more better than you are better than me. Nope, never, never, ever. And that's okay. It's okay for you to accept that you will always question yourself. Questioning yourself and doubting yourself are two different things. So give yourself permission to question. Questions lead to deeper understanding. But doubting yourself, when you recognize that you're doubting, sit still and see why. What are you afraid of that's causing you to doubt? Are you afraid of failure? Are you afraid that people will recognize you're different? They already see you're different. Even as a newborn, they saw you as different. I hate to burst your bubble. They've always saw you as different. You've never been a normal child, ever. I've never been one. I'm sure you haven't either. Okay? So just allow yourself to flow through that humility with as much grace for yourself as possible, as much compassion and patience for yourself as possible. So card number 21, Self-sacrifice. We are not here to sacrifice ourselves. We are not here as saviors. We are not here as a messiah of sorts. Nope, nope, nope. Sacrificing of the self is martyrdom. Martyrdom is a form of emotional and mental manipulation and abuse. Stop partaking in that. Just stop partaking in it. You have to allow yourself to receive compensation for your time, receive support, receive financial gifts. I mean, these are things I struggle with, you guys. I struggle with these things. I struggle with allowing myself to receive. I have no shame in admitting that. That's one of the lessons I'm probably never going to master in this life. And that's okay. But we have to understand this message. The time to allow ourselves to receive is now. Trying to withhold things from yourself so other people won't think you're selfish, that's done. No more doing that. No more not allowing yourself to receive because people might think that, oh, you're using people, you're taking advantage and all of this other stuff. No. If you're not asking for it and someone gifts it to you, that's a gift. There's no taking advantage in that. It might still be hard to receive. What I'm learning to do, and hopefully this helps one of you, I'm learning to acknowledge my struggle, but also receive. And I do that by saying, this is very hard for me, but thank you for being one of the people to help me learn how to allow myself to receive. I don't know how to receive this, but thank you for offering. And that's all you have to do, a recognition that this is hard. You don't have to pretend like it's not hard, because for many Blu-rays, it's very, very, very hard. It's hard to ask for help. It's hard to accept help. It's hard to let people know that you're struggling through things. And even the people who care about you, once they realize and hey, you need help? No, I'm good. I do that shit all the time. I'm working through it. It's okay. We have to work through it. This is me. This is my process. This is the time it takes through this. Where I'm at right now is where I'm supposed to be. Just like where you're at right now with your progress is where you are supposed to be. You're not to look at yourself and be like, oh my God, I should be like 5-10 steps ahead. I'm so behind. Really? Who told you that? Your ego when it was comparing to someone else? That's the problem. You let your ego take control. You let your ego grab the wheel. You're the driver of this. Your ego is just a passenger. Okay? They're just looking at the map for you because you need to focus on driving. You don't let something else pull the wheel. Don't compare to anyone else, okay? So card number 60, coming full circle. We're coming back to see. Coming full circle within ourselves so we can actually see what it is that other people see within us, okay? Now, the coming full circle, he says to tell you guys. The coming full circle is followed by card number 82, returning the favor. This tells me spiritual warfare is being prepared. Not by Blu-rays, but by other things. Okay? So this tells me that your natural humility will be taken advantage of. It will be manipulated in order to access you, in order to shame and guilt you into lowering your frequency. It will cause you to feel as though you need to self-sacrifice. Fuck that shit. I'm so serious. Fuck that shit. No. No. You do not sacrifice yourself for this bullshit. It's going to come full circle. We're going to return the favor. Blu-rays don't wage war, but they sure as hell squash it. So that's probably why Blu-rays are now coming to a point where, 100% at 844. What? 100% at 844. 1 being the number of singularity. 00 being the number of the point of origination, where we come from. 8 being the number of reunification. 4 and 4 being the number of equals standing side by side, ready ready to reunify, to return to the point of origination so we can experience singularity again. Backwards and forwards, read it. 100% at 844. Backwards and forwards. There you go. You start with the self, and you allow the process of the self, 4, to empower and rise up those who watch you. 4, again, the number of the self. So 448, 8 being the number of reunification once again. As we empower ourselves, we empower other people. And as we all become empowered, we then become reunited. And as we become reunited, it takes us back to our point of origination, energetically, spiritually, as well as here on this earth plane. It takes us back to a point of singularity where we exist as one people. That's a powerful thing. That's so powerful that external forces can't manipulate that. External forces can't stop that. Once that gets really started, no more manipulations can happen in order to get us to choose to remain separated. That's very powerful. That's why all this shit is happening. That's why all of this, everything that's going on in the world right now, that's why it's happening. Getting too hard to keep us all separated. So instead, what do? Hegelian dialectic. They create a circumstance, offer a solution, and wait for the people to beg for it. This viral circumstance was created. And we're not just going to blame this shit on China. The US was complicit. I want to take it a step further. The US ordered this. Hey, y'all want me to speak truth? I'll speak truth right now. Today is a day where I really don't give a fuck. If channels get shut down, pages get taken away, I'm really done being quiet, because what they did, they went to my local Walmart and they mandated masks. Fuck that shit. You want to put a mask on my face? I'm gonna just keep talking then. I'm gonna keep talking. You take this channel, I'll start a new one. I don't give a shit. How about that? Catch me outside. How about that? Actually, it's dark outside. Lots of bugs at this point. We're not catching me outside. Catch me in the living room. How about that? So yeah, no. If you are allowing yourself to be moved by this, well, okay, Daddy gives a shit. You also wanted to wear your mask, so I don't care if you give a shit. He's like, okay, to be fair, he's always in session, so he goes and gets groceries. So he cares. He will wear the mask to feed the babies. And I love him for it. But yeah, all of this bullshit, you guys, all of this bullshit, it's bullshit. Fear-induced bullshit to get you to conform. And not just to get you to conform, but to get you to police your neighbors, to be the one to rat them out, to do the work of the master. So not only are you allowing the boot of your oppressor to be placed on your neck, you're shining that boot and you're telling all the other people, come join me here. We need to further support this boot. We don't want to make them uncomfortable. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. We need to begin seeing what's going on. We really do. And we have to begin not allowing ourselves to be put in such places of fear that we stop using our own minds. What's going on is not okay. And this is not about not caring for people who are sick. This is not about being selfish. Okay, I want to just make this really clear. For those people who set that argument of it's selfish of you, what about the people who are immunocompromised? Sit your ass at home. If you are in danger of being in public, sit your ass at home. Order things online and have it delivered. You are responsible for your health and safety. It is not the entire city's job to incubate you. No. Insulate and incubate. Bake your ass, okay? I want to bake your ass. I'm just saying, I'm immunocompromised. I have lung issues. I have cardiac issues. When I go out, I know the risk. I'm not going to blame someone else. I'm not afraid. At some point in my life, it will end. My life will end. and I will live my life to the fullest until that last breath. I don't know if I die tonight, if I die tomorrow, if I die 100 years from now, 300 years from now. I don't know, but I'm going to live every single day until that life is over. And I'm not going to teach my children to be afraid. I'm not going to bend down to you. I'm not going to allow you to cause me to be afraid of things that I know is bullshit. Just saying. I can hear daddy telling me, stop already. I'm just saying, when I'm sick, I don't go out. I don't go licking doorknobs. When I'm coughing or sneezing, my mother is an RN. She taught me, don't be a disgusting piglet. Cover your mouth. Okay? It's very simple. Cover your mouth. If you can't stop coughing, leave the store. Okay? We don't have to be in this like, everybody got to wear their mask. And I'm hearing now that people need to cover their nose. You're like, get the fuck out of here. I'm going to show you guys. This is how I showed this earlier, but I'm going to show you guys right now. This is how it's my own little form of rebellion. Okay. I'm going to teach you guys how to hack this shit. I'm going to teach you guys. Hold on a second. When they say, you need to wear a mask in the store, you put it on, put it kind of loose. There's my mask, right? In the store, there I am with it away from my nose because I'm not going to fucking suffocate myself to accommodate your fear. And when they looked at me, what can you say? I have it on. Okay? I have it on. What are you talking about? But no, I'm not. No, I can't breathe in this shit. I don't think so. Now, I'll play by the rules. You won't let me in the store if I don't have it on? All right, I'll put it on. I mean, I'm going to leave it on my face. I mean, unless they're mandating that it has to be over your nose, at which point I'm going to tell you, you need to get your ass, wash your hands real good, in between each digit, okay? Like a surgeon, in between each finger, okay? And I'm going to give you a list and you're going to go shopping for me. Because I'm not going to do that shit. I don't think so. So probably daddy's going to do all the shopping by himself. No, I don't think so. I can't breathe in it. I don't think so. I'm not going to conform to that shit if I can't breathe in it. And it's not being selfish, you guys. If your own health is being affected, that's not being selfish. That's the self-sacrifice card. Ooh, oh my God. There's something about metabolism. There's something about oxygen exchange in the bloodstream, something about the way your red blood cells are formed. Blu-rays are very different. Okay, very different. And there's something about that. I don't know what it is. There's something about that. The exchange and the muffling. It's like this, I don't quite know what it means. I'm hearing you are the breath of God. I don't know what that means though. And it's like they're trying to filter out the breath of God. Well, what the fuck does that mean? Right? That's why I love you. I would have to sit my butt home while you take care of me and the kids. And while you're at the store, I will be waving a flag in our driveway. Fuck this shit. I'm gonna wave that flag. Fuck this shit. Yeah. No, there's just something I can't quite. It's like a couple more steps, but my brain is just not allowing those couple more steps to go. I don't know what it means, you guys. It's like it's right there. I'm at the cusp of the aha, but I'm missing a few letters. So right now I just have the ha. Oh, you've been listening to a song about the breath of God. What's the song about? Do Blu-rays naturally filter the air for the rest? I don't know. I don't know. It's something very like I don't know what it means, but it feels important. It feels important. You take time, you guys take time if it's resonating something within you, take time to kind of just sit and think about it and see what happens. It is magic. Spoken word is magic. It really is. Spoken word is magic. Prayer is a form of spell casting. People might not like hearing that, but what is a spell? Words that are spoken with intentions behind it. What is a prayer? Words that are spoken with intentions behind it. It's same thing. It's the same thing. Doesn't make it any worse. Um, we filter a lot of the yucky stuff from incoming frequency. Um, I mean, not to disagree with you, Deb. I do agree with you, but I'm trying to. How does that fit in? How does that fit in? Charging the air. Charging the air with our exhale. I can't. I can't figure it out. You guys will figure this out next time I go live. If you do figure it out, please do share with me. Please do share with me. It's something important, some sort of message that's important. And I'm wondering if I'm not able to figure it out right now because it's a message that you guys have to come to terms with or that you guys have to discover for yourself in your own time. Just mull it over in your head and see what happens, see where your thoughts take you. That's usually how I figure things out, just mulling it over. They know that veil has been lifted. That's what it is. Oh, shit. The veil has been lifted. This is a physical reminder of the veil. They want you to physically, mentally make that veil still there for you. I don't like my face being covered at all. At all. I don't like my face being covered at all. Like, I don't think so. Unless you want me wilding out in here, I don't think so. So that's what it is. It has to do with the veil of illusion. Wow. Inducing fear. And when you have fear, when you feel unsafe, it creates barriers between you and your higher self. It creates tremendous amounts of opportunity for your frequency to plummet and for parasitic things to utilize that opportunity as a moment of entry. Just, yeah, wow. What? Right, Corona, the crown. There's a lot of stuff to this. There's a lot of stuff to this. A lot. A lot. So, you guys, everything's going to be fine. I know we get through this. I know that for a fact. I know we probably have a few speed bumps, little hiccups, but we get through it. Blue rays are not a lineage that fall on their ass and stay on it. What we are known for in creation is no matter how many times we get knocked down, we get back up. And you know what? However many times you get knocked back down, it's like doing squats, baby. It's just like doing squats. Get down to get up, build that booty, build those quads, get yourself nice and strong. So I think that's what it is. High frequency is killing the virus. Do you have proof of this? Is there studies that are being done? Hold on. Or is that just your belief? You guys, okay. I'm not trying to challenge you, Jan. I was just curious if there was more things I could read on. So you were talking about high frequencies killing the virus. Frequency can be heard. It can also be seen. Now, some frequencies, depending on what the frequency band is, it presents itself as a certain color. High frequency is killing virus. UV light can be used to kill viral things, right? Bacterial things, fungal things, whatever. UV light is purpley, it's violet light. What color is your crown? Violet. So you're right, high frequency. The higher your frequency, the more your crown goes active. And what is corona? Crown. So, acid in the blood. From what I've heard, and I just found out about this, very fascinating. You actually can't change your pH. What you can change your pH level it's just your saliva. So when you're taking things like raw apple cider vinegar, it helps change the pH of your saliva, not your body. So that's pretty set, the body's pH, unless I read that wrong. You guys, okay, I gotta go down. I gotta go to my family. These are some deep, heavy messages that you guys got today. At no point was there any intention to cause fear. You have nothing to fear. You literally have nothing to fear. You will get through your life like you always get through your life. You will get through this circumstance like you always get through circumstance. It's just a matter of us allowing ourselves to have time to begin to understand what actually is going on. You don't have to be afraid, okay? It's better if you're not afraid. But if you are afraid, that's okay. Allow yourself to focus on what your fear is based in, and that fear will dissipate, okay? Thank you guys so much for sharing this space with me. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. I do plan on going live at some point tomorrow to do readings for you guys, personal readings. That will probably be more in the afternoon time. So if that's something you want to do, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't followed me or liked my page on Facebook, it's Emmie Evolving as well. Go ahead and follow or like my page on Facebook, because what'll happen, I typically will make an announcement on that page. And also here on YouTube, what I do is I create a live stream countdown. So you'll have 2 ways of knowing. All right. So I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Oh, potent message. Oh, potent message. Is today Memorial Day? Hold on. Is today Memorial Day, you guys? Hold on. Is it Memorial Day? Okay, so Memorial Day. What is Memorial Day about? What are we memorializing? What are we celebrating on Memorial Day? Okay, so Memorial Day is an American holiday observed on the last Monday of May, honoring the men and women who died while serving in the US military. Okay, so today is about the people who have sacrificed their life to preserve our constitutional rights. Everything that's going on right now is a disrespect to that sacrifice. The loss of our constitutional rights is a disrespect to the people who sacrificed their lives. When you allow yourself to conform, when you allow yourself to be bullied into doing things that are a violation of your constitutionally protected rights, the right to bear arms, the right to free speech, all of those other things, you are disrespecting their loss of life. You are disrespecting the grief their family will forever feel with their absence. That's what today is. A realization that we need to respect the fallen much more than we have been in the past 2 or 3 months. I'm sure as hell they would not be okay with us laying down while our Constitution is torn apart. I'm pretty sure of that. I'm pretty sure. So Let that sink in. Let that inspire you. Let that enrage you to the point where you're no longer going to just take it. I'm not asking you to go out in the streets. I'm not asking you to become violent. I'm not asking you to be disruptive. I'm not even asking you to peaceably assemble and peacefully protest. I'm asking you to find it within yourself to question why it is you're allowing fear to be planted in your mind's garden. This is all about your personal path. Because what happens when all our personal paths come together, it becomes the path of the collective whole. Okay? So we need to make sure we do our part. So, love you guys. April Smiles. Do you have any recommendations on where I could get more information on Blu-ray? I have a PDF on my website. It's called The Path of the Peaceful Warrior, Emmie Melchizedek. That's about Blu-rays. It's about Blu-rays. So, you guys, I'll see you again tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.